What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again today with my fourth video of the day. We got one more after this, and then we'll be finally done with my Season Since I've Been Alive series until the end of next season. The 2019-20 Chicago Blackhawks, very interesting team. For one, they traded their goaltender at the deadline and ended up playing him in the playoffs. Definitely funny. And in a year where a pandemic shortened the season, it was a weird year. We didn't know if there even would be playoffs. The record was 32-30-8, which is 72 points in the 70 games that were done by the time of the pause of the pandemic pause. This was good enough for 7th in the Central, so last, 12th in the West, so last in the last besides California, and 23rd in the league, which means they were the 23rd team into the playoffs, as the top 24 teams made the playoffs that year. Their coach was Jeremy Colleton, captain Jonathan Toews. Goals for was 18th with 212. Goals against was 21st with 218. So a decrease in the goals for, but gets a bit better in the goals against. Their leading scorer, Patrick Kane again, 33 goals, 51 assists, 84 points. Their best goalie before the trade deadline, Robin Lehner, 16-10-5. But then they traded Robin Lehner to Vegas, which left Crawford as the starter, 16-20-3. So it's kind of thanks to Lehner that the Hawks got into the playoffs, ironically, but it's also thanks to Lehner that they were ousted, which we'll get to. And the playoffs, so the qualifying round, they play Edmonton, who is the 5th seed. They are the 12th seed. Chicago upsets them in 4, which shocked everyone, including me. And when they won that first game, I joked, saying, well, we got 1 out of them, because I did not think we were winning another 2. Especially after Edmonton almost came back when they were down 4-1, 5-2, 6-2, and yeah, the Hawks just dominated that game 1. And then game 2, Oilers pretty much took over, and game 3 and 4, Oilers had leads, but Chicago just came back and beat them. And that was a shock to everyone. So then we get to the actual playoffs of the round of 16, where the Hawks play Vegas, which my 2 favorite teams going up against each other in a playoff series, which was really cool for me since I've been a Chicago fan my whole life. I have family in Vegas. They send me a bunch of Vegas stuff, so that's how I got that Jonathan Marchessault jersey. So, of course, I was rooting for Chicago, but I knew Vegas was the better team and we're going to win. So Vegas wins games 1 pretty dominantly, 2 1 in overtime. If Hawks won that, that'll be a what if, hopefully, when I get to that. And game 3, yeah, that was Vegas' domination as well. And then game 4, Crawford stood on his head and stole a game 3-1 from Vegas. That the Hawks should have been swept. Crawford in game 4 of that series was incredible. And then game 5, Hawks had a 2-0 lead. They had a 3-2 lead, and they blew that. So if they had won that overtime game and they won games 4 and 5, what would have happened after that? That would have been an interesting scenario. But yeah, Lehner beats his former team in Chicago. And yeah, so the Hawks got back into the playoffs on a fluke thanks to a pandemic. So a pandemic, although might have caused problems in many places in the world, definitely made hockey a lot more interesting, and I'd argue made it better for one season to see the possibilities of expanding playoffs. But that's all I have for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in my next video, in my last video of the day. Goodbye.